Good evening, everyone. Welcome. Monday, October 1st. If you have any questions, comments, step up to the mic, give us your name, your address, and state your business, please. Would you call the roll?
Mayor Cedar?
Here.
Member Burns?
Here.
Foley?
Here.
Kinswater?
Here.
Krebs?
Here.
Laporte?
Here.
And McCartney?
Here.
All present, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. We go to 4. City Council minutes of September 17th, 2012. Recommendation approved.
So moved. Support.
In favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Nothing under number 5. 6, Reports Administration. Mr. Booth.
I have 2 items this evening. First item is I provided an updated schedule for the city's outstanding debt. Find that here on the counter tonight. The new schedule is as of September 30th, 2012. Just so you know, 2 pieces of debt did come off within the last year. The first was a 1998 sewer bond. The final year payout on that was $120,520. The second maturity was for a 2001 limited tax bond. The final year payout on that was $22,000. A third piece matured in the current fiscal year with an annual savings which was split between the general fund, the LDFA, and the golf course. The total for that was $96,000, $425,000, which was about 30% to each one. A little different, but close. Second item, I guess before I move on, any questions on the debt schedule? And for residents or anyone else that'd like to look at that, that will be on the website, say by the end of the week. Okay, moving on. The second item I had was for an update on St.Clair Highway. As of last Friday, traffic was taken down to 1 lane. It will remain that way until after I meet with the county. The meeting was originally scheduled for last Friday. However, due to some scheduling conflicts, they couldn't come down. We're gonna meet this Wednesday. Plan to review the winter maintenance issues and the impact that it could have on the gravel versus the asphalt. So that's a conversation I'm going to have with them this week, and then from there we'll either take it down to gravel or do what I suggested at the last meeting, which was put a thin layer of asphalt on top of what we have now. And that's all I have, Your Honor.
All right. Any questions about either one of those? Oh, yes, sir.
Bill Clinton, Southwood, said, you say you're still not sure what we're going to do with St.Clair Highway?
At this point, I'm sure that it's going to be the gravel or it's going to be a minor asphalt
My
fix.
question is, did we mill it?
There was some milling done,
Why
at
did
no
we
cost
mill
to
it?
the city.
Why didn't we mill it? No cost to the city?
No cost to the city.
Who did it for nothing?
Mr. Harrington had that done prior to
Who did
his
it?
leaving. I don't have the name.
Somebody
Bill.
did it for nothing?
That's correct.
Anybody else?
Are the lanes directional? Is it shut down one way, or is it?
It's one way. The lane closest to our DPW facility, I guess you'd say kind of to the south, is open. There's flags at either end saying that there's, I believe, construction ahead. And then as you get up there, there's another sign that says one-way traffic. And then there's some cones that take you around it.
So it's southwest, southeastbound only?
No, it's both.
No, it's both ways.
Well,
Both
how do
ways.
oncoming
It's-
traffic know that?
You can
Same signage on
you can
both
see.
ends.
It's not that
Okay,
far.
I haven't been in town, so I didn't see it.
Anybody else?
Well, before we spend any money, are we gonna have the discussion what we're gonna do this fall? You're gonna look at it as a maintenance issue?
I think at the last meeting, we agreed that if it was $1,200 or less, that we would do it. And then if that wasn't a fix that we thought would last for some period of time, and if not, then it would be gravel. And that's what I'm kind of looking at. I've heard different arguments as to what would happen if you have the gravel and you put salt on it, whether it would bring the frost out once we do go into the frost later in the, I guess you'd say in the winter time, and whether it'd make that more difficult to maintain.
With the,
And then on the other side of it, you can look at it and say if you have asphalt on top of a road that's not necessarily flat, how easy will that be to maintain? So that's what we're trying to get some resolve.
Who is coming out from the county, Mike?
Bill Weston, or excuse me, Bill Hazelton and Kirk Weston.
And now I know Weston's an engineer.
Weston
is the director, and Hazelton's the chief engineer.
Chief engineer, okay. All right, so Wednesday they're coming out.
Wednesday they're coming out.
Anybody else? All right. Mr. Downey, do you have anything?
Nothing tonight, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Bowyer, you're up. We have a commercial trash dumpster enforcement update from Mr. Bowyer.
Well, as of today, as you know, 37 letters were sent out on the original dumpster deal back in March. I did miss the one at St.Clair Housing, talked to
Lorena.
Lorena. And I sent her a letter just discussing what we talked about, and I give her 90 days to complete it. We've got one other dumpster that's not completed, that's up on North Riverside. The posts are in, the owner got sick, and I called his office today, and they figured he'd have it done this weekend. Other than that, we're in good shape. There's one that really isn't structurally sound that I'm going to make him redo, but everybody else pretty much in conformance now.
So out of the 37 letters sent out, we have one on North Riverside that has to be finished yet,
Completed.
completed.
Yeah, the 38th letter would have been to St. Clair Housing.
St. Clair Housing.
And, I mean, as many times as I went by, I honestly did not see it. And then we've got one at the Country Cafe that needs to be done professionally, I'm guessing. It doesn't look like it was done very, very well.
Okay, so then, other than those, of the ones that we know of, that's where we stand.
Correct. So I think we did pretty good when you go back and say, well, we give them until June 15th, and we're pretty much in compliance now, and it's really not too far, you know, the way things go.
Yep. Any questions from Mr. Bowyer?
We're still getting complaints though from the dumpster that started this whole thing, the one over there by the old theater in the mall parking lot. And it's the people that are to the north, immediately to the north off of Vine Street that are saying that they can get litter actually accumulated on their properties now. Anything there, I mean, I had a problem with things last
Probably
meeting.
the only thing that I could have the code enforcer go down and talk to the mall association, and, you know, they're gonna have to start policing it, you know. I mean, maybe we can give them a violation notice as far as blight if they don't maintain it.
Yeah, it's completely overfilled. I mean, you'll
I
go
mean-
down there and see it piling over the dumpster, you know, it's just, for the capacity, it's just not enough.
It's probably on the weekends, you know, when they're not getting it dumped. I think they get their dumpsters done twice a week at least. But I know that Mike Vinker had said that on Sundays, they dump early on Monday, and on Sundays, half the Thornapple, Adams Street, Orchard Street, they're all taking their stuff down, putting it in the dumpsters, so. But that's their problem, they should lock them up, I guess. But I'll have the code enforcer go down and talk to Sally, I think she's in charge, or Mike Vinker, one of the two, and see if we can't get the mall people to look after it a little more, make sure they tell their employees, put the lids down and that sort of stuff. So, okay?
Okay. Anybody else? Thank you, Mr. Bowyer. We'll go to D, authorities, boards, commissions, committees. Anybody, anything? No unfinished business, new business, A, application for industrial facilities exemption certificate, Wright Plastics Products Corporation, 2021, Christian B. Haas. The only thing we're doing tonight is setting the public hearing.
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right. Are we going for
We're recommending October 15th at 7 o'clock.
October 15th, 7 o'clock?
Do you need a motion on it? So moved.
I'll support.
Motion made, supported, questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Go to B. Appointment to the Recreation Commission. The Recreation Commission met and did go over this application of Dolores Topel from St. Andrews, 608 St. Andrews, St. Clair, Michigan. With your endorsement, I would recommend that we ask Dolores Topel to join the Recreation Commission.
Move
So
to
moved.
support that.
All right.
Make a motion.
I made the motion, over top of them.
Yeah. Tom made the motion to support.
Okay, we had the motion made and supported. Any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Claims and accounts, September 28, 21, 2012. Mr. Laporte?
Hearing no questions, Your Honor, I make a motion to approve as presented.
Motion's made and supported. Claims and accounts, anybody? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Number 10 is public comment. Anybody want to make any statements this evening, questions or anything? We'll go down to number 11, Mayor and Council comments, announcements. I do have one. Janice asked me that we'll let you know the election workers that she asked for, that's been covered. Appreciate everyone's interest and cooperation.
I have an announcement, the Lions are holding a fundraiser for the Leader Dog for the Blind, a spaghetti dinner Friday, 4 o'clock until 7 o'clock.
This Friday?
Right, this Friday, at their clubhouse on St. Clair Highway and King Road,
4 o'clock to
7.
I have a question on 8th Street between Witherell and Clinton, why we didn't, why the decision was not to complete the curb and connect it with the curb on Witherell and down all around the corner on Clinton Avenue. I guess I got a call to look at that, and I questioned why we didn't complete that curbing, and I'm just asking that on behalf of two of the residents.
Can you say, Tom, I was right, where's that?
On 8th Street, between Witherell and Clinton Avenue, we curbed it, but we didn't make the connection up to Witherell Street, around the corner of it, past the telephone pole, and we didn't bring it down, connecting the entrance would be the north entrance of John McDonald's driveway, and then down into Clinton Avenue, and make that one complete unit. I'm just questioning why that wasn't completed. Probably talking maybe 20 more feet of concrete to make that happen. And I don't think it solved the problem of washing gravel over onto the private property.
Tom, I think there was an issue of washing onto the private property, but also washing out into Clinton. And as to why it wasn't fully completed, I'll get you an answer.
Okay.
All right, anybody else, council? Yes, sir.
Yeah, I had a question for the superintendent. By charter, we need to have a department head for the Department of Public Services. Has that happened now that the engineers left their employ?
Currently, the position would be me, so I'd be wearing another hat, which,
Hats.
yeah, quite a few hats, very busy. And then the intention is to go to a lead operator, which we're not there yet. Plan is to have the position posted, so people can put in their desire to apply for the position.
How's that interview process going?
I have not started
You haven't
interviewing
started?
yet.
I do have one other point. We had done a survey on, a walkthrough on Clinton
Yeah,
Avenue. I'm
Yes,
sorry.
just so I can clarify,
Okay.
that will be filled internal. It's not an external here.
We had done a walkthrough on Clinton Avenue,
Mhm.
and I may have missed it, but I don't know that I've ever seen a report or any action items or corrections.
Mr. Pangori from AEW responded, I want to say, received the email today when it came in from the contractor, and indicated that they had gone around and done some work. I haven't gone down to look at it yet. I know just driving by, there's still some items I thought were going to be fixed, so coming soon.
Okay.
Anybody else?
Hearing nothing else, Your Honor, I make a motion to adjourn.
Support.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, have a good night, everybody. Be careful. Thanks for coming.
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
God help them.
Go Foley. I won't even do it.
How are you? I miss you.